Hey, Captains! Welcome to a brand new series on Captain's Temporal Star Chronicle channel, where we cover all things Star Trek. This series is all about casting a wider net on what's happening in the Trek universe, because let's face it, there's always something going on. And since our channel's tagline is literally all things Star Trek, well, it's about time we did this, right? So I'll be covering a mix of official news, fan films, indie comics, cool community stories, and whatever else is out there. You got a tip or something you'd like to see featured? Drop it in the comments or tag me using hashtag CTSC News on your favorite social media platform. I'll be checking them out for future episodes. And at the beginning, I think it's important to just clarify one thing. When I'm talking about news, I have exactly zero sources when it comes to entertainment. My source is a guy named Jay who has a podcast called Tachyon Pulse Podcast. And he seems to be the guy who not only can get some scoops and some stuff about science fiction most of the time, but he's very honest about it. When some information seems shady, he's honest about it. He's not trying to get clicks. And so if you want the latest scoops and stuff like that, please follow Tachyon Pulse Podcast. Now that is out of the way, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out. Chapter links are in the description, so you can jump to whatever story you are most hyped for. And of course, sources and original articles are linked down there too. Okay, let's start out with some Strange New Worlds news. Big news last week. Strange New Worlds Season 3 is officially premiering on June 14th at Tribeca Film Festival. Now, the premiere will be followed by a special panel featuring some of the actors and the producers. Tickets for Tribeca members go on sale on April 24th and for the general public on April 29th. As for when it will hit our screens, best guess, I don't know, sometime this summer. Now, Screen Rant dropped a preview of 16 confirmed characters. Among the actually new, or more accurate, new old characters, we got the confirmation that we will be seeing Dr. Roger Corby. That was the character from TOS episode What Are Little Girls Made Of? And it was played by Michael Strong. And now we have the information that that character will be played by Killian O'Sullivan. Then we had a, mysterious character that seems like a mashup of Trelane and Q. Trelane is a character from, again, TOS episode The Squire of Gothos, played by William Campbell. And now will be played by Rhys Darby. And finally, the last one we got was Patton Oswalt as a Vulcan? Yep. Now, the usual cast is back, including James T. Kirk, who honestly is starting to feel a bit overused at this point. But hey, canon's, I guess, flexible since 2009? So we'll see. I don't want to make any judgments before I actually see the show. Also, Season 4 is already in production. Now, let's move on to some other show news, and this one is Starfleet Academy news. Over in Starfleet Academy news, People magazine just interviewed Paul Giamatti, who revealed he's joining the upcoming series as the main villain, opposite Holly Hunter. Now, I have read some other interviews with him, and from how he describes it, it sounds like his role is more of an antagonist than a straight up bad guy. He'll be a recurring figure across the season and says his character becomes more problematic as things go on. So When it comes to Starfleet Academy, honestly, I don't have some grand expectations for the show. I didn't actually look into it. Everything that I've seen, this seems like a 90210 for body space. And this is the biggest frustration I think I have with New Trek. It's not that there weren't good episodes or even good seasons or even good shows, but I'm kind of tired of seeing this thing like insert some well-known or famous IP or story, buddy space. So we had stuff like, Game of Thrones, buddy space. And then we had Mission Impossible, buddy space. And, I almost said Fast and Furious, but apparently they were already in space. And it's always stuff like that. And I'm like, can we just have Star Trek? Because it's already in space. So, I don't know. Of course, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to keep my mind open. Look, when I heard about Prodigy, I was like, well, that's stupid. And then it turned out to be definitely my favorite show from the new Trek. And like I said, you don't know what it is until it comes out, so I will not prejudge it. I'm waiting to see what happens. I have no idea when this thing is coming out, and when it does, we'll talk about it and see how it does. Now let's move on to some fun stuff, like the fact that starting on April 25th, you can walk the bridge of the USS Enterprise D for real at Universal Studios Hollywood's Fan Fest Nights. The event runs on selected nights through May 18th, and it's not just Trek. There are quests for One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen fans, plus themed food experiences designed by some executive chef who also is a big star of Star Trek herself. She's even crafted a full Trek-inspired menu that brings iconic moments from franchise into your meal. So I guess people will be boldly eating where no one has eaten before, which is fun. If you're one of the lucky people who will get to go to this event and see what's going on, please let us know. How was it? Did you like it? Do you think this could be a thing every year? Let's talk about it. And now, in unrelated news to a Strange New Worlds TV show, or maybe related news, a new Strange New Worlds novel just dropped on April 23rd. The novel is called Toward the Night, and it was written by James Swallow. In this one, Captain Pike and crew chase strange subspace signals near the Klingon border. Spock and Unachin Riley lead the landing party to an abandoned planet where they uncover ancient ruins and a wreckage from a Federation starship that disappeared over 90 years ago. It got mystery, danger, and dilemmas that dig into both past and future of our characters. The audiobook that was narrated by Robert Petkoff releases on April 29th. And now let's talk about comics. IDW is publishing currently Lore War comic event. Star Trek issue 31 hit comic shops on April 23rd. And in this issue, Captain Sisko is rallying allies, including Kales and Dr. Crusher, against Lore, the rogue android who's turning the Trek universe upside down. With with two more main issues and one-shots left, the stakes are pretty high right now. And finally, let's talk about Star Trek Online News. This is something that's gonna be here every week because they're doing stuff every week. So on April 22nd, we got the first out of 2 patches, and we got a backend patch to prep for upcoming events, and the Admiralty bonus week kicked off. We also got, I think on Thursday, we got duty officer, sales, and R&D infinite promotion package sales. So until April 29th, all Admiralty missions on PC offer bonus campaign XP and extra dilithium for Tour of the Duty missions. So whether you're grinding with the Federation, Klingons, Romulans, or just trying to appease the Ferengi, this is your week. And over in Mods Market, we got some new items. We got a Protostar space set, adaptation ground set, and the Temporal deep space cruiser, with a massive sale of 75% off except bundles, again until April 29th. So let's go to a quick gear rundown. Adaptation ground set includes Infinity Modulator Rifle, Personal Shield, and Kit Module Adaptation Manicculum. It is a 3-piece set, and of course with sets like that you also have 2 and 3-piece bonuses. So for 2-piece bonus, defeating an enemy with a secondary attack gives you bonus energy damage, and 3-piece bonus unlocks Modulated Energy Blast, a powerful AoE attack based on charges from the 2-piece proc. Now, I used this set early on. It's solid. I actually still use the Adaptation Manicculum Kit module on few of my non-engineering captains, and it's okay for survival. It has some handy heals for both shields and health, and honestly, I mostly use it for the endeavors. Since I don't have a lot of engineering characters, so endeavors that are based on healing whether your shields or your health, this is what I'm using for. Now let's talk about Protostar space set. It is also a 3-piece set, and it includes shield, Omnibeam phaser, and dual warp or Singularity core depending on which type of ship you have. It also has 2 and 3-piece bonuses. 2-piece bonus, shield drain resistance and crit chance for science powers, and 3-piece bonus, you can offensively eject your warp core. Yeah, really, you can. It's a great starter set, though I moved on to some of the other gear, mostly from Discovery set for warp core and shields. And for the Omni, I'm now using the Pavo Omni from the last year's campaign event. And finally, let's talk about Temporal Deep Space Cruiser. Originally, this was a 2023 winter event reward. This ship is inspired by the great TNG episode Darmok. Now, this episode is really a testament of what happens when you have some amazing actors and a story that allows those actors to fully use that talent. It's kind of an exploration of how different people can find common ground. It's also an exploration of language and understanding, and how important it is for us to understand each other and hear each other, and how things can be misinterpreted or misunderstood. Great episode. And let's keep it real, it also has an added bonus of producing 1 million memes in the meantime. When it comes to the Star Trek Online ship version, you can see the details on the screen. The ship's a decent workhorse for story missions and TFOs. It is not a top tier for DPS. As far as I know, I didn't see any videos and conversations about that, but definitely a versatile ship. The standout for me is a clicky from Polarity Coil Generator console called the Court of Silence that disables and then weakens enemy shields. And honestly, I use it across almost all of my builds. And that's it for 17th week of the year 2025, Captains. If you got news tips, cool fan stuff, or anything Star Trek related you want to see featured, drop it in the comments or tag me with the hashtag CTSC News on either X or BlueSky, whichever one you like. You can also reach out to me with channel's email. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Help spread the signal through subspace. So until the next time, captains, live long and prosper.